A very good morning to a very foggy Franciacorta circuit here in the north of Italy for what is a record-breaking weekend. Good morning and welcome to our live coverage of a record-breaking event. This is round 2 of the WSK Supermaster Series, coming to you live from the very first time at the world-class Franciacorta circuit in the north of Italy. 361 drivers. It is an all-time 18-year WSK record here at Franciacorta from 53 countries here on a very foggy morning. In fact, we have had a delay, not only today but yesterday, but the fog is clearing and we can actually see a little bit of sunshine breaking through the clouds in the north of Italy here at the tail end of the Italian winter. In a few moments, we get underway with the first of our 10 pre-finals this morning, starting with OKJ, and I can tell you that Lewis from Lincolnshire in the Kings England will lead them out onto the circuit. He's back after injury after winning the WSK Champions Cup. Missed the first round of the series, but he took pole position on Friday, and he starts on pole position for Prefinal-A here this morning. Great to have your company watching us live from Franciacorta, the 1,301 metre circuit, constructed or reconstructed to be more precise in 2020. The kart's about to come out onto a cool circuit, but thankfully it is dry. We have not had a drop of rain, or dare I even say snow, as we did have a couple of years ago at what seemed to be just about every single event. Let's take a look at the grid for you as they come out onto the circuit. Lewis from pole position for the Forza Racing team, alongside the Austrian Nicholas Schaufler. Thibaut Romakers and Alfie Slater on the second row of the grid. Jacopo Martinez, Jack Ilov, he was fastest, the American, in his qualifying group. Starts out at grid 6, then we go through the two Russians, Stepan Antonov and Kirill Ditsia. There is the track in the background on your screen. A surprisingly undulating circuit. It looks marginally so on your screen, but I can tell you that the dips up and down on what is one of the fastest circuits in the world is quite significant. Davide Bottaro starts out at grid 9 alongside Jindrik Peschel, as they'll do a couple of formation laps here. We had to actually bypass or dispense with the morning warm-up this morning. Such was the heavy fog. We could not see from one corner to the next, so we're doing an extra couple of roll-up laps here just for the drivers to familiarise themselves with the circuit and, of course, get temperature into the Vega tyres. If we go back to Lonato 2 weeks ago, Alp Axel took a heroic victory for the Tony Kart racing team. Has actually struggled to find that pace this weekend. We'll see if he can pick it up in the final later on this afternoon. Lewis Werrell has been on the pace. Did have one messy heat yesterday, an incident on the first lap that finished way down the field. There is the Englishman for Forza Racing coming onto the start-finish straight. The driver from Lincolnshire for the British team, Forza Racing. But apart from that, had two dominant heat wins and one falling right down the field. Starts out of pole position as the rest of the field come around. Just taking a look further back through the grid, Vivek Kantan, the New Yorker, and Ian Kralik, the German, on the 6th row of the grid. Alexander Bondarev, the reigning champion, 305. Starts alongside Ethan Lennon, the Cape Townian, Sebastian Lektamaki, and Oliver Shinmark, the Koski Motorsport teammates, on the 8th row of the grid. Augustus Toniolo, Julius Ochepa on the 9th row. Victor Smith and Scott Marsh out of the 10th row of the grid. David Cosmore Christopher, Henry Domain, the Brit. He was so impressive yesterday, particularly in his final heat, running in the top 4. Michael Klavacek, Luca Halton, Noah Montiero has just got better and better all weekend. The second generation racer, 408 in the Kart Republic, starting alongside the second Ilov brother, Oscar. Then we go to David Gorchicheri in the MS Kart, Sebastian Korpeng, Oscar Repetto, Tiziano Monza, Jackson Burns, 378 for the Shemik Europe team, Tobias Sheseni for Hagman Racing, Alex Bruno-Costa, and then Jensen Burns in 374, Vasilios Apostolidis and Marcus Nurmi on the final row of the grid. There is the grid. Lewis on pole position. Nicholas out of 2, Thibault and Alfie. Jacopo Martinez, Jack Ilov, Stepan Antonov, Kirill Ditsiev. Super impressive was the Russian in 3-2-3 for the Tony Kart Racing team. The defending champion Bondarev out of 13 alongside the South African Ethan Lennon. Koski Motorsport drivers, Shinmark. That's Oliver and Sebastian Lentamaki. We go down through the grid as the field starts to form up here at Franciacorta. There are the two Burns twin brothers towards the back of the grid looking to make it through to the final. Jensen and Jackson as Lewis leads them up to the line. And for the first time today, we race. Nice start by Lewis from pole position down into turn 1 and 2. And we've got one kart into the grass, but rejoining, it is one of the Paralink karts, which will rejoin way down the field as Lewis continues to lead. Thibault Roimakers for VDK Racing has been in brilliant form all weekend. Thibault starting on the second row of the grid. There is the Belgian in P2 behind the Englishman as Lewis looks over his shoulder as they go down the back straight into the hotel hairpin for the first time. As Nicholas Schaufler has just dropped back a little bit. The Austrian for DPK Racing. The 14-lap Prefinal-A and Lewis Werrell leads the way. Roimakers, there is Martinez in P3. Schaufler, Stepan Antonov, Vivek Kantan, Davide Bottaro. Slater has fallen back to position 8. As Alexander Bondarev makes his way forward, the reigning champion, the defending champion. He won the title in 2022 for Ricky Flynn Motorsport, now driving a Kart Republic. And he's inside the top 10 already, fighting with Alfie Slater, his former teammate. As they go down the back straight, there is Alexander in the background as Lewis is now being caught by the rest of the pack. Moved down the inside, nicely done by Stepan Antonov. And the Russian goes through into position 4. Lewis under attack from Thibault. The Belgian has a big look at the back of the Englishman. Martinez is staying right with him. This is what happened not only throughout the heats yesterday, but also in Lonato in the WSK Champions Cup. Lewis just waiting for the TM-powered X-Spree kart to come on, and when it did, he just walked away with the final. That was 3 weeks ago. He is being pressured. He needs the kart to start to work, which it is doing now on lap 3 of 14. Pre-final-A for OK Junior. Round 2 of the WSK Supermaster Series locks up. Keeps it straight onto brakes into the hotel hairpin. Thibault Roimakers now starting to be attacked by Jacopo Martinez, who thought about making a move down the inside. There is the order at the bottom of your screen. Stepan Antonov goes by Nicholas Schaufler, and Stepan trying to make a move and does so on Jacopo Martinez there. Thibault Roimakers right on the back of the race leader. Lewis Werrell is under pressure. The VDK Racing kart is quick. Powered by the Ioni 410. The Kart Republic on the back of the Matchak Tune TM-powered X-Spree. As Lewis again looks over his shoulder. He did not do this throughout the heats, and nor did he do it in the final. Very much in the WSK Champions Cup. He's done it 3 times on this lap alone. Goes wide on the exit. Gets the run, though, under the bridge down here at Franciacorta to start lap 5 of 14. Fastest driver on the circuit. Here's Alexander Bondarev, who is at the back of the pack. There he is. The reigning champion in P8 now, behind Davide Bottaro, ahead of Jindrik Peschel. Alfie Slater, Jack Ilov. As Lewis is being attacked there. 3 wide. Watch Martinez there go on through. And Stepan Antonov has taken the lead. Lewis back into P2. Roimakers in P4. Lewis was defending for his life early on. As Thibault Roimakers in position 4 now. He himself is being attacked by Jack. In fact, it's Vivek Kantar, the other American driver, Jack Ilov, also from the United States, fighting with the other English-speaking driver. That is Alfie Slater. Lewis Werrell in P2. Stepan Antonov leads across the line. He will be a contender for the final this afternoon. This is Pre-Final-A, approaching half race distance for OK Junior here this morning. An incredible entry of 105 drivers for this, the second round of the series. A record entry, 361 drivers here from 53 nations. For the first time at Franciacorta, it is the 21st circuit that WSK has ever hosted an event at. As you look at Lewis, who's about to be passed, and Martinez, he goes on through. It's a Kart Republic 1-2. Lewis back to third. There's Vivek Kantan, the American, head of Thibaut Romacher's Bondarev behind. The defending champion is coming. He's up into P6. Sebastian Lektamaki behind Alfie Slater, ahead of Jack Iliff. He's the fastest driver on circuit, a 48.306 for Sebastian, who started on grid 16. He's up into 11th place. Behind him, Jack Iliff, Oliver Shinmark, Augustus Toniolo, who celebrated his birthday here at the circuit on Friday. Henry Domain, Ethan Lennon, Kirill Ditsiev has fallen back to 17th place in 3-2-3 Tony Kart. Just coming into view at the top of your screen, the Russian ahead of the German, Ian Kralik, Scott Marsh, and the Filipino Sebastian Korpeng rounds out the 20 as the Kart Republics goes side by side. Martinez and Stepan Antonov. Lewis fights back and goes through to position 2. Now the Forza Racing Express Kart is starting to recover and build up some momentum, get some grip. Martinez in 3.06. Stepan Antonov in 3.10. Lewis in the familiar orange colours of Forza Racing in P2. The WSK Champions Cup champion, he is looking behind a lot. Again, he looks over his left shoulder at the fastest part of the circuit into the hotel hairpin. There's Bondarev behind with Vivek Kantan. Vivek, the Rock Cup International Final champion from 2022. The driver from New York, USA, 3.79 in the Paralympic in position 4. The other American driver, Jack Iliff, he's struggling here in the pre-final this morning. He's now fallen down to 13th place behind the two Koski Motorsport drivers, Shinmark and Lektamaki. Alfie Slater, the second Slater sibling, younger brother of former world champion Freddie, who's racing with us in KZ2 this weekend. Alfie in P10 for Ricky Flynn Motorsport. A change for P5 as Martinez drives on by Vivek Kantan. Bondarev has gone through to position 3. Remember the reigning champion, there he is, right behind Lewis. Started on grid 13. Again, Lewis, he needs rear view mirrors on that Forza Racing Express Kart. He's looking behind him every lap multiple times, and with good reason. He's got the Russian ahead of him. He's got the Ukrainian behind him. That is the defending champion, Alexander Bondarev. Martinez back in position 4. So the Kart Republics 1, 3 and 4. Werrell in P2. Bondarev, a quick glance over his shoulder for Alexander. Surely he'll make a move going down the fastest part of the circuit. The junior karts reaching almost 130 k's an hour. Bondarev just drives down the inside, and Lewis has to give the Ukrainian space. Lewis, the WSK Champions Cup champion, back into position 3. Again looks over his shoulder. Bondarev's ahead of him. Stepan Antonov is now leading. The reigning WSK Supermasters Series champion from grid 13 up to position 2. The Russian defends from the Ukrainian, the Englishman. Lewis Werrell sideways on the exit. Now watches the two Kart Republics. He needs to watch the one behind, Jacopo Martinez. Meanwhile, Davide Bottaro, the Italian Tony Kart driver, was in position 7, has just had a moment and has fallen down the order somewhat. Yevgeny Peschel goes through to P8 ahead of Thibaut Romacher's. Bondarev down the inside, and the Ukrainian passes the Russian. Lewis watches on in position 3, about to be attacked by the Italian Jacopo Martinez. Side by side go the two Kart Republics. Watch Lewis around the outside over the ripple strip. Oh, what a move, Lewis Hamilton at Silverstone. Almost a replay as the Englishman takes the both of them. Nicely done by Lewis, and he leads once again. Stepan and Alexander went wheel to wheel up over the ripple strip. And Lewis Werrell simply said, thanks very much, guys. And he took the both of them. Now the Kart Republics in 2, 3 and 4. Also in position 5 with Nicholas Schaufler. But it is the Forza Racing Esprit Kart which leads here on lap 12 of 14. Pre-final-A for OKJ. Moved down the inside and Lewis is back to third place. His time in the lead is short-lived. 2 laps, 2.6 kilometres remaining to race here this morning. Schaufler down the inside. Up into P4 goes the Austrian. Kirill Itziev down in 15th place, and his race has not been helped by the fact that he's just been given a 3-second penalty as well. Ethan Lennon, whose teammate is right in the middle of your screen. Ethan has just done the fastest lap of the race. The Cape Townian with a 48.195, almost into the 47s. There he is at the top of your screen. The fastest driver on the circuit is the South African behind the North American, the Texan Jack Iliff. The battle is on as they come across the line to start the last lap of the race. It is Martinez from Lewis Werrell, Stepan Antonov, and now Nicholas Schaufler. This may well end in tears if they're not careful. Martinez, 3:06, has just sat there in 4th place. Now defends on this super quick circuit, Franciacorta. Lewis staring over his right shoulder, and he gets a touch from Stepan Antonov. Lewis, can he continue his almost perfect run here this weekend? No, he can't. He's passed. The Kart Republics go 1, 2 and 3. Martinez under attack from the Russian Stepan Antonov and also the reigning champion Alexander Bondarev. Down into La Foresteria, the hotel hairpin for the final time. The Kart Republics 1, 2, 3 and 5. There's Nicholas Schaufler behind Lewis Werrell. The checkered flag waves. It is a KR 1, 2 and 3. Martinez from Antonov and the defending champion Alexander Bondarev. Martinez takes the victory by 0.09 of a second. Antonov P2, Bondarev 3 from Werrell, Schaufler, Vivek Kantan, Jindrik Peschel, Timo Ramakers. Slater moves up to finish P9 ahead of the 2 Scandinavians, Sebastian Lehtomäki, Oliver Schinmark, and then Ethan Lennon, who set the fastest lap of the race. Confirmation of the result. Martinez takes the win from Stepan Antonov and Bondarev in P3. It's a Kart Republic 1, 2 and 3 from Lewis. And it was Nicholas Vivek, Jindrik Peschel, Timo Ramakers, Slater P9, and Lehtomäki for Koski Motorsport rounds out the 10. We'll take a very short break here at Franciacorta. We are underway with round 2 of the WSK Supermasters Series, pre-final B for OK Junior. Stay with us. You're watching us live on wsk.it and also on Motorsport TV as well. Pre-final B for OK Junior in just a moment.